Hi Aries, welcome to your November 2025 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So you're getting these super early this week, this month. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my marbles. You're getting these super early this week and this month. Oh my gosh. And the reason you're getting them super early is because I have 2026 goodies in the works for you, and I cannot wait to bring you those. There's so many things, so many things, so you're going to have to stay tuned if you want to be a part of those and you want to get some good stuff. Now with that said, your key to the month this month is the Lovers card. So there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of decisions on the horizon for this month. For a lot of you, this could have something to do with your love life, your relationship. For a lot of you, this could be in the professional sphere as well. Obviously, we're going to take a look at all of these moving forward. But yeah, in terms of the Lovers card and the overview, this suggests that in all of these different areas of life that we're about to explore, there are a lot of decisions that need to be made. Remember, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the links in the description box below. I offer all kinds of readings as well: astrology, tarot, numerology, and even energy work sessions. So if you're ready to clear some of your debris, then you know what to do. For your actions and options this month, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this month really is a month where you need to be focused. One of the greatest decisions or choices that you could make, and it looks like you are making this month, is to really look after yourself, is to heighten your self-care, to really start digging into what it means to look after yourself, what it means to support yourself, what it means to bring yourself to a space or a place where you are looking after yourself in the right ways. Now, the opportunities, the options that are available to you with the Queen of Pentacles, there is a chance here, by whatever decisions or choices you make, there is a chance for you to enhance, yes, your earning potential. But the thing with the Queen of Pentacles is she's about getting more out of what you already have. So this month, maybe you're looking at the budget, maybe you're focusing on what your resources are doing or resources are saying. This could also be maybe that you are choosing to allocate a budget for some kind of self-care. What I love about this is it's kind of like whatever you're implementing at this moment in time, this is going to have a really profound effect on how you sort of move through life in terms of looking after yourself. So for your communications and conversations, you have the Six of Pentacles. We've got lots of earth this month, right? So the quality of conversation that's coming up this month is really about the equal share, the fair take, the fair give, all of that kind of stuff, where things are balanced, where things are found through, with, or in equilibrium in some way, shape or form. Now, the Six of Pentacles is a balance card, but it is about the fair give and take, right? And you've got the Lovers card, which is also number 6. So you've got two sixes. Two sixes represents balance or irritability. And so it looks to me like you're trying to bring more balance into your work-life balance kind of area, and also into your career. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, there is potentially a greater focus here on how you can leverage the power of whatever it is that you're studying, or more importantly, offer your services in some way, shape or form. So maybe this is that you decide to do some tutoring, maybe it's that you decide to get somebody to help you with one thing while you in turn offer to help them with something else. There's definitely a sense of reciprocity about this, so that's really nice. Now, when it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could literally be a month where you are discussing things like promotions, step ups when it comes to your work, what that actually looks like, what the trade-off is going to be. You know, the higher up you go in any organization, really, the less you do the thing that you were employed to do, right? And then you start becoming a manager of people. But this Six of Pentacles, it does suggest that there is help, there is support around you, providing you're willing to open up and ask for it. What I also like about this is, for a select few of you, if you are single, there could absolutely be somebody that you meet, somebody that you connect with via your work that maybe could end up being more. Now, for those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, it's a similar kind of energy, but this is really, I think November is going to be a month where you're really taking time to build the connections that you have. I think for a lot of you, the big focus, I think for a lot of you in terms of like this month and where you're going with it, is going to be about the connections that you build, the people that you come into contact with, and also how you can really start to build your connections and your collaborations. I think if anything, this is actually a really good month to do some kind of networking, even with Mercury going retrograde. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I think for a lot of you guys, this is you really focusing on the longevity of your health. I think for a lot of you, this might also be where you're starting to get really serious about, you know, all of the stuff that you have to do as you get older in life, like your will and your, you know, all of that kind of stuff. I also think for a lot of you, this might be a month where you're focused on balancing the books. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, especially as we get to your money. Now, for your love and relations, you've got the Temperance card. If you are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment and you have been going through it, there is a chance and a possibility this month for you to heal or to mend your relationship, which is always really nice. What I will say to you though, is if this is something that's like a recurring issue that's come up before, you really are reaching a place where it's going to be a fix it or forget it, right? And I say this because it's like nobody wants to continually, you know, go round and round in circles, you know, arguing and all the rest of it. So it's like if you keep having this same thing show up, at some point you have to kind of admit, like, you know, we're not able to get past this. So you're going to have to look at that. I do think for those of you that are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, if you are willing to do the work with a counselor, with a therapist, or you know, somebody that can offer remedial actions, you know, or support when it comes to your relationship, this might actually be a really good way to go. For those of you that are single and looking to mingle, it's really strange because this kind of suggests that you could bond with somebody over your faith. So maybe you meet somebody who has a very similar outlook to you, or a very similar spiritual belief, or is from a very similar background in terms of, right? So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out actually. When it comes to your money and materials, you have the Nine of Wands. So in this card, in this deck, this card actually represents victory, but the Nine of Wands doesn't stop being the Nine of Wands. So it does also suggest that when it comes to your money, something that's given you a lot of sleepless nights now comes to full circle, and it's like you have a triumphant moment. You're able to really step back and say, you know what, I've done this, I've succeeded, I've made this happen, and now I can start sort of digging in for how I'm going to move forward from here. I actually really like this for you. What I will say is, because you've got this Lovers card here, you will, you know, success is not a destination, it's an action, right? Which means you are gonna have to continue to manage the money, mind the pennies, right? But the future, the longevity of it all is absolutely looking good, all right? So we love that for you. Now let's have a look at your key to the month from the Human Design Oracle deck. You have, all right, so you have the Gate 5 and Patience. So in all things this month, you will need to exercise patience. The message behind this card is, you see how the frog sits on the lily? He will wait forever if he needs to, because he knows there will always be another fly for him to, you know, to catch. But the same thing's happening with your money. If your coppers, or your coffers, as they say, are depleted at this moment in time, Don't worry, don't panic. It just means that, you know, the gate 5 is basically saying to you, just wait. The next boost to your finances, the next boost to your resources, it's coming, right? And not only that, because you've got this Queen of Pentacles as your actions and options, whatever you're doing or focused on this month, it's going to bring more resources to you anyway. So there is universal support, but it's like you've got to put it into action this month. All in all, it's not a bad month at all. I think it's, interestingly enough, it's more of a working month, and also a month where it looks like you're dealing with a lot of the things behind the scenes, which makes a lot of sense because your ancient ruler, or should I say your ruling planet Mars, is in your fellow sibling sign of Scorpio. All right, so with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. And like I said, stay tuned because you're going to be seeing a lot of goodies coming up. All right, take care and I'll see you soon.